ready for an active life with Eukanuba Puppy Nutrition, scientifically formulated with proven levels of DHA for smarter, more trainable puppies, so you can set the foundation they deserve to grow strong and develop all the way to adulthood, with Eukanuba as a proud sponsor of puppyhood. This is Teachable Moments with April podcast, and you guessed it, I'm your host, April. If you're a returning listener and a part of the Teachable Moments with April podcast family, welcome back. For those of you who are checking me out for the first time, well, hello and welcome. To everyone listening, look for the teachable moments that are all around you. Enjoy. All right, this is your host, April. So for a little while now, for a matter of weeks, I have been coming across people talking about the upcoming solar eclipse, and I believe it's for April 8th. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of material. I haven't actually watched the videos, but people mentioning something that is Bible prophecy, and they're talking about 3 days of darkness. I don't really know a lot about that, and I don't know what the connection, if there is a connection with that. But I do think something is up with the whole solar eclipse, and I didn't think it. No, actually, I'm not gonna tell you guys that. As soon as I heard about it, I thought something was up. I didn't necessarily link it to what other people are saying, and I'm not saying it is, and I'm not saying it isn't, but I kind of pushed it to the back of my mind. But then as I started coming across stuff online, it's got me really wondering. I think it has some type of significance. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, then let me just share what I've come across, especially last night. Okay, it says, the solar eclipse sparks school to cancel classes. And I believe this is from Newsweek. I think it was published the 19th, which would have made that Tuesday. It says, for students at the University of Texas at Austin, classes will look a little different in a few weeks when the total solar eclipse occurs. On April 8th, the moon will be positioned so that the entire disk of the sun will be blocked out in several U.S. states, plunging millions of people into darkness during the early afternoon. So let me press pause for a second. Okay, so the thing that I can't find right now was what I saw last night online, is that they had all of these school closings, not just elementary schools, but also high schools. It was a long list, and they went by state by state, but they didn't say all of the states. What I heard before coming across that, is that they were telling people to stock up on food, water, and all this other stuff before the school closing. So I was like, okay, so that was kind of like, and then, kind of went about my time or my days, since hearing about this. I said, why are they saying that? If it's just a solar eclipse, why are you saying that? Then about the school closings last night, it was like this long old list, and I don't know what state it was. I want to say it was Indiana. Long. Then I heard something, whether I don't know if it's true or not, because I haven't researched it yet, is that on the actual news, they were saying something about it would only last 4 minutes. Okay, so I'm factoring all of that in my thought process. So I'm like, okay, so you're telling us all of these things about the water, the food, get gas for your car, this, that, and the other. Okay, then you're saying because you're going to get all this tourism, all these people are wanting to come to these certain states where you actually can see it. Okay, and that's why you're telling us this. It's nothing to be alarmed about, but that's what you're talking about with the food, water, gas, and everything in between. Somebody's saying that it's only lasting 4 minutes. Okay, But now I see that you're talking about school closures. Okay, the school, you either have like an early dismissal. There's some schools you're not coming in at all. E-learning and all of that. And I'm like, okay. And it's all about people just wanting to see this solar eclipse. It's going to be causing all of these things. Okay, so I'm going to continue. So the path of totality will start in Mexico and exceed across Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, New York, Pennsylvania, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine before heading over the North Atlantic. Then it goes on to say this spectacle is expected to draw crowds from around the nation as people head to areas in the path of totality to witness the eclipse. Officials across the country have voiced concerns about public safety resources, an enormous strain, in exclamation points, on local hospitals and congested roadways. Now the thing with the schools, okay, they're getting to it, hold on. Some schools already plan to close for the day, citing their concern about student safety, because people are going to be so enthralled with this solar eclipse, they're going to be looking up, okay, along with the fact that it's going to get dark. Okay, so others like you, UT Austin, are canceling classes because the astronomical I can't say the word, phenomena is a once in a lifetime experience they don't want their students to miss. So whenever they talk about it, it's just everybody's going to be so enthralled, looking up. They're not caring about their safety. They're not caring about other people's safety. That's what this is all about, because they just want us to be safe. For those of you who live, work, and study on the 40 acres, we're planning the total eclipse of the horns. A campus-wide viewing experience from noon to 3 p.m. A message from the president of UT Austin, Jay Hartzell, said, the 40 acres is the original tract of land set aside for the university, although it has greatly expanded since then. Stations located around campus will distribute free viewing glasses and share more information about what we'll be seeing during the eclipse. Our university events and experience team will be distributing those materials ahead of time to our faculty and state members who work at the J.J. Pickle Research Campus and other Austin area locations. Now, when they talked about the kids being off, let's say middle school, they talked about stressing giving them these special glasses for solar eclipse, and having activities at home to do, whether they did it with their family or whether they did it through e-learning. So then they also point out that the upcoming total eclipse is Austin's first since 1397, and it's last until 43, according to the statement. So it says this: the Great North American eclipse is in its opportunity, that's I guess what they're calling it, for us to gather as a UT community for a defining Longhorn experience unlike any other in our lifetimes. In Austin, the eclipse will be viewable from 1:36 p.m. to local time to 1:38 p.m. Doesn't sound very long, does it? The university will be this literally minutes, will be setting aside time for community-wide viewing from 1 to 2, okay, that day. Classes will not meet, and most normal university services will be suspended for that hour. Okay, so the eclipse will be viewable, I'll say it one more again, from 1:36 p.m. okay, to 1:38 p.m. But you've given a time between 1 and 2. The classes will not meet, and most normal university scheduled services will be suspended for an entire hour. Okay. Now it says some Texas cities are expecting their population to triple because of the number of visitors that will flock to the path of totality to view the eclipse. At least 4